Welcome back. So this weekend, I just wanted to play around with my iPhone and take some photos. Toward the end of the video, I'm going to show you how I edited some of these photos using the iPhone. Occasionally, I like to leave my bigger camera at home. Sometimes it feels like there's a lot less pressure when using the phone, a lot less performance. Plus, I paid for this phone specifically for the camera, and I rarely use it, so I need to use it. I started out at a marina and saw this small older boat. I liked the faded red on it. The boat looks like it's been around a while. So this particular photo, I like how the bigger boat is behind the smaller boat, and both boats together give sort of an S-curve pointing to the bottom with a faded red tip. I also took another photo more zoomed in for the life preserver. And over on the side was an interesting houseboat. I don't see many of these, so I grabbed a photo of it. I like the reflection of the house in the water, but this photo is a little busy because of the huge ferry boat in the background. I walked further down the marina to a restaurant, and I liked how blue this wall was, with the 2 chairs and anchor. Here's what the lake looks like. It was a nice day today. Then, making my way back to the car, I wanted to get one more photo, this time of a sailboat. But in order to get the angle I wanted of the sailboat, I had to go down and stick my phone through the fence. It came out okay. I like the palm trees in the background. Speaking of palm trees, I took a photo of one. After that, I left the marina and went to a park to walk around. This park is next to a pond, so I found an area where I wanted to use the 0.5 wide angle lens. A lens I don't typically use, but I like this photo. I like the 2 trees on the side and the water coming up past the trees in the middle. Some ducks were swimming by, so I tried to photograph them with a 3x zoom lens. I don't think I was close enough, but I still like the photo with how the ducks are in between the patches of grass. And then walking along the edge of the water, I really like this scene with the pine tree. I think it's a pine tree, but it looks like a simple composition with the tree on the left and the water on the right. I think this one turned out great. I walked over to the playground and all the kids had just left to find cover because it was raining. The only thing I could find interesting to photograph was this yellow duck. And I left the park and went downtown to where there's more shops and activity. There was a small rose garden, so I wanted to try the macro mode, but I actually liked the regular mode more than the macro mode when I was taking these photos. I couldn't believe it because I love taking macro photos, but for some reason the photos seemed to work better in regular mode. Across the street there's this cute little scene that I always like looking at when I come here. Usually I try to photograph this with the light pole, but a car was in the way, so I had to get really close up. I like the door, the flower pot, the bench, everything about this photo. I walked behind some shops and into an area that had, well, even more shops. It was like a hidden area though. It was cool. So I took a photo of the fountain and the general scene. But that blue door really catches my eye, so I went up closer to take a photo of that. I walked around the corner and found these koi fish. I went upstairs to get a photo looking down at the fish. I came across this closed restaurant, and this was set up perfectly to get a reflection photo. I really like how this photo turned out. I like the chairs up on the table, the color of the floor, my shadow. It all looks good. After that, I left and went to a different place about 30 minutes away for the sunset. And this spot was not planned at all. I wanted to go to the dock, but it was closed off. So I had to figure out some type of composition. And I like this. It has the sunset on the left, with the trail on the right. I got a person walking on the trail, and the bushes in the foreground made this whole scene come together better than I thought it would. The only thing I don't like about this photo is the pole on the left side. I could digitally remove it, but I decided not to. And that ends my day. Now here is how I edited the photos. I use Snapseed to edit some of these photos. This program, Snapseed, it's free on the iPhone. I like to use this. Some people use Lightroom, but you do have to pay for that. So I'm gonna go in here, open from device, and we'll just pick, let's see, we'll pick this scene right here to do the first edit. Once you do the edits, you can hit last edit and it'll apply all those edits to your future photos. So, but I'm going to start from scratch. And so there's, other than the last edits, there's all these other filters here that you can start with. And then you can click tools and do all your other customizations. So I usually like to start with the faded glow I like the look of that usually. So I always start with that and then I hit the check mark. So now we have the faded glow applied. Then I'm going to go to tools. And I also typically like to go to glamour glow over here. And then you can kind of pick different kind of glows that you want. I'm going to pick, sometimes I like to go with the third one. It has a lot of glow on it, but in this case though, I think I'm going to go with 5. It has kind of a warm tint to it, so I'll go with 5, and it has like a 57% glow. So now that that's applied, now we're going to go in, and I usually do, sometimes I'll go into drama and just take a look at that just to see what it does. And I'm not seeing that I want to use this for anything. And then if you just tap on the image, you can see what is before and after that filter. But I don't think I'm going to use that this time. So I'm going to hit the X button, go back, and I do like to go and use the vintage look. So go to vintage, and then you can kind of just play around with these different ones to see which one I want. I'll go with the 11, and then I'll bring up the brightness. So I'll swipe over that way, and you can see the brightness kind of goes up, goes down like that. So I'm going to bring up the brightness just a little bit, maybe to 0.20, and then I'm going to, so if you hit the middle icon, you can go down to vignette strength, and I'm going to bring down that vignette strength probably to, we'll say just plus 10. So that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to go back to tools. Sometimes I like to do the grainy film, so I'll click that one and kind of look through that and see if there's anything in the grains that I like. I don't think I'm going to do the grain this time. Sometimes just for fun, I'll go to this, I think it's called Retro Lux. Now I kind of don't use this a lot just because it's like a heavy filter. But sometimes it is fun. So like this icon right here, it's like a random icon. So I like to pick that and just kind of see what it randomizes. If there's anything in there that I might like. But you can see like it's really dramatic filtering right here. And I don't think I'm going to use it this time. We'll get rid of that. I am going to go into the curves. And then I kind of play around with the curves. Sometimes I do like to go with the soft contrast a lot. There's also the hard contrast. You can go with the faded look. And then they have some of these others. I don't know what they're called, but... So I'm going to go with soft contrast. I do like that. So we'll click OK. And then let's see if there's anything else that I want to do. I think that's it. So that's all I'm going to do. So basically this is kind of the filter that I'm going to apply to all the images now. So what I'll do now is I'll hit export, and then I'll just go down here and say export, and it creates a copy with the permanent changes, exports it out, and there we go. And now I could just hit open and open up another image from tonight and just apply it. So let's say I want to apply it to like the reflection one. So that's pretty cool, right? So go over here, go to last edit. There we go. And then you can, just tap on it and kind of see before and after. I think that's a pretty cool change. Hit export. And then we'll do one more. So we'll do one of the fish. Actually, no. Let's do one of these sunset ones. So like this one right here. Go to look, do last edit. And there we go. So before, after, yeah, I like it. I like the iPhone, it's very sterile. Like if you look at it, like after you compare it to like this, where you got kind of more of a texture filter type look, I guess, the image is very sterile on the iPhone, so you kind of do want to mess around with it a little bit. Cool, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, hope you like this, and if you want to download it, Snapseed, it's a free app, and I think it's more than just the iPhone. I think you can get it on Android as well. Alright, please hit the like button on this video if you found this useful. It'll help let me know. And here are some of my favorite photos from this day. Tell me which photo you like most. Vote by leaving a comment below. Thanks for watching.